problem. So let's come back to the data here, because I know that's a centerpiece of how your company takes on these kind of interventions. You explore data-driven solutions. So what does the data tell us in terms of what can be a successful way for schools and systems to address teacher turnover?
I think, one of the key elements about what I do and what we talk a lot about is that we need to be looking, each school needs to be looking inside itself. So we do a lot of research with higher education institutions, and we can say things like, there are certain factors that tend to influence retention, but those factors vary quite a bit from one college to the next. And the amount of the effect that a certain factor has varies. So schools now, just like every organization, they have a ton of data. They have teacher data, they have student data. I don't think that they have the resources or, the people in place who can really use that data to drive strategy and policy. Um, but so I think that, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it really can vary. And to get ahead of this problem, I think each school needs to sort of be looking at itself, at its own population. What does it need to do to retain teachers?
That's a really poignant insight in itself, because I think what you're suggesting, and what I guess your own work has shown over the years, is that there aren't a lot of one size fits all data driven solutions to addressing this issue, right? It's a If we want to address this, every school is going to have their own unique sets of circumstances, their own unique levers that have to be pulled to address that issue on their particular school campus. So I'm guessing, just sort of, based on what you've kind of communicated to me here, you must not be a huge fan of heavily top down interventions when it comes to addressing issues in education.
I'm not. I think,
Okay.
but I do think, there are some major issues that across the board need to be addressed, like teacher salary, which we've already talked about. So those, there are some universals, but I think that to tackle the problem, we really need to look sort of on a case by case basis.